Random space events such as dogfights or capital ship battles are now confirmed to be in the Skywalker Saga. You could be traveling to Bespin and see an Imperial Star Destroyer orbiting around the planet, and then you would have the option to attack the Star Destroyer and its squadrons of TIE fighters, and if you win, you can deactivate and board the ship to find new areas to explore, loot to be collected, and possibly even additional quests. Hey, what's going on everyone? I'm Bricko, and today we have some new information for the Skywalker Saga. In my last video I mentioned that the lead hub designer for TT Games did an interview with the official PlayStation magazine, and well, it turns out there was more to that interview than first released, so we have some more exciting info. She starts by talking about how the biggest thing they've gained from the extra development time is the chance to refine and polish the systems and features that needed an extra bit of attention. Now, this line here makes me hopeful that the game will not get delayed again, since it sounds like they've mostly been working on quality of life improvements and nothing very game-breaking. Of course, we don't know for sure, but I took that as a good sign. Another interesting thing that came up is that when asked about how the game differs from other LEGO games, she said, "We want players to experience Star Wars how they want, and to that end, when you start the game, you can play through any of the 9 films in any order. You are not locked into a linear progression through the entire series, so if you want to start with the Clone Wars or work backwards from the Rise of Skywalker, you can." That sounds pretty fantastic, and I'm really glad they're giving players the option to choose where they start, rather than just forcing them to start with episode 1 or perhaps episode 4 or something. Personally, I'll probably still play it in chronological order, but I'm really glad they're giving us that option. It'll definitely add a lot for replayability and perhaps even speedrunning. Now, some people did take this to mean that the Clone Wars show will be a part of the core story, but I think she is just talking about the era of the Clone Wars, like episodes 2 and 3, and not the show. And additionally, it has been confirmed previously that the core story will remain exclusive to the main 9 films, but DLC added later may include stuff from the Clone Wars, Mandalorian Rebels, those kind of shows. She also mentioned that Gonk droids will feature heavily in some of the new quest chains, which I'm sure many people will be happy to hear. Then she was asked about how random encounters will work in the game, and she said this: "Our random encounters take place in the space sections of our open worlds. Each planet has its own local space where various events take place, such as quests which have ventured off-world, but these open spaces also give us opportunity to explore the spaceship combat that serves in many of the most memorable Star Wars scenes. So, for example, when you're flying around Tatooine, you might enter a contested area and find a dogfight taking place where rebel soldiers are locked in a battle with the Empire, and you can pick the side you help." I'm going to pause there for a second. So from this, it definitely sounds like they are spending a lot of time on the space sections of these open worlds, which have been lacking or almost entirely non-existent in previous LEGO Star Wars games. That's going to be very unique to this game, and I'm definitely looking forward to that. Also, just the fact that you can fly around any planet and experience random space events and quests is really exciting. I'm also glad to see the mention of quests that venture off-world. I think that will add another dynamic element to the open worlds and really tie it all together. But it doesn't stop there. She then goes on to say, one of the biggest new features is also a part of that random encounter system, the capital ships. If a player is intercepted by a capital ship, they can fight to disable the huge ships and then board them. She also says later that there will be many areas to explore inside each capital ship. Something as engaging and complex as battling capital ships and then boarding them is not something I would have ever expected from a LEGO Star Wars game, so I'm very excited to hear this. They are clearly taking this game above and beyond, and I can only imagine all the features that we don't know about yet. Alright, well that's going to be it for this one. Some pretty exciting news. We're starting to get more as we get closer to launch. Hopefully it will be here sooner than later. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.